thank you again for meeting me out here, and especially in this awesome location, Korners Folley, which is, thank you, Susanna, because this is a place growing up we've always heard stories about.
Right.
And I also want to thank Little Brothers Brewery, and I have a hard time saying brewery. Yeah, we got the Small Fires and Pleasing Jean. It's a German Pilsner, I believe.
Yep.
And really appreciate that because they have an awesome brewery here in Kernersville. You should come check out. We were here to talk about this awesome book that I ran across because this is my hometown.
I'm Kelly Hargett. I was the director of the Kernersville Museum for 7 years. I really wanted to get the history of the town written down because we had so many pieces in so many different places. But then as the director of the museum, I would have people come in and tell me the most entertaining and interesting stories. And I was like, we should really put this together. And then one of my board members had gone on vacation and did a haunted tour of wherever she was, and she was like, we could do this back home. And I was like, yeah, we're getting a lot of stories in. So I got with my friend Scott, who also helped write the book. He helped gather some of the stories. Scott has a theater background, he and his wife Katie Jo, and so I was like, would you guys be interested in like doing a theatrical tour? Because you go on these tours and the tour guides are really engaging. And I was like, I have some ghost stories. And so then they went around and got some more stories from folks. And then I talked to a publisher and was like, I have a lot of history and I have some ghost stories. And so we put it together and there it is. The book came to be and we were really proud of it. So. Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely shout out to Scott because, and he helped to collect the stories.
Yep. I did the history and probably about half of the ghost stories, and then Scott did the other half. He and Katie kind of gathered them, and then we just put them together.
What was it that really made you focus in and want to make a book about the haunted side of Kernersville?
We had a lot of things happen, but at the actual Bellamy house where the museum was originally located, the town museum, I had a couple of experiences myself, and some of them that we put in the book, some of them we didn't.
Okay.
And it was very entertaining and interesting. I was never scared. John Wolfe, who was the attorney for the town and a descendant of the Kerners here, he came to me one day with a huge box, and a box like this long and this wide, and it was just full of negatives of pictures from a guy who was in Kernersville, and Joe Ragland, and he took pictures of everything. He got a camera from the 40s, he took pictures of everything. And I'd find an interesting picture and I'd try to do some research on it and maybe post something on social media about it. And that particular one, there was a picture of a car wreck, and it was an old, like a Model T car in front of Stewart Motor Company. And I was like, oh, this is a neat picture. So I was like, gonna do some background on Stewart Motor Company and maybe do a Facebook post. And so I got the picture out and laid it on my desk, and my office was in the upstairs of the Bellamy house. And there was only one restroom, and the kitchen, everything was downstairs. So I'd taken a break and gone downstairs, and I came back up, and I was the only one in the museum, and it was gone. And I was like,
oh no.
I know, I'm the only one here. Yeah. And this happened all the time. I was like, I am losing my mind. And I would get so frustrated. I'd look around, like, did I take it with me? I'd go back downstairs, couldn't find it. Get frustrated. I would leave for the day. I'd be like, that's it, I'm done. Come back the next day and it'd be just laying right in the middle of my desk. And I was like, I really need you to stop doing whatever it is.
Is there any one story that you find more interesting?
There's a lady that they see often that's in the upstairs of the Hedgecock building. And I know that there was, Carrie Penix lived up there. She owned the building, her husband died. And very early in their marriage. He was older than her, he had tuberculosis. I'm sure when she got married, she thought it was gonna be, like a great long, everybody goes into thinking it's gonna be a long time. They had a child, and then she was spending her time going between here and Asheville. And then he died of tuberculosis, and her family helped her, and she built the building, and then they ended up running the PNN in the building.
Okay.
So, and I think she lived maybe upstairs in the top of the building, and today it's apartments up there now.
Interesting.
But they always see a lady and a child, which she had a daughter, and I assume that it's her. I mean, she doesn't bother anything, but they'll see her walk in the halls, and I'm like, oh, I think that's Carrie Penix, and she's just checking on the building.
We're here at Korners Folley. Can you tell us a little bit more about this place?
So this is the first indoor private theater in America, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not know that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that Mrs. Kerner would have all the kids, and she had it was made for children, and we were talking about the short banisters that make you nervous. But I think it was because they designed it for children to put on plays. So it's a really neat building. If you've been through the house, it's very odd.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say, it's kind of like, I always referred to it as the South's Winchester house.
It is, yeah.
In a way.
And it was a catalog house, so he was an interior designer, and he just created a house. So I know one room in particular, it's like different moldings and on each wall, but it was so that you could walk in and say, well, I want that one or not that one, you know.
Okay.
Kernersville has its own theater group, the little theater, and they'll come back and tell me, especially once they put a play on at night and it's the last show of the night, they're shutting everything down, and they'll say, you know, got to make sure we turn off the lights, you know, be respectful, and they've gotten everything shut off. They don't ever want to be here alone, so there'll be a couple of them, and they get it all, and you know yourself, it's a lot of stairs, and there's no easy way down. So they go down together, and they'll go out to their car, and they look up, and the lights are still on, and they're like, no, we know we should turn the lights off. And I think,
no way.
I had one guy say, like, they came up 3 different times, turned them off, and they finally said, please, we don't want to have to come back up the stairs. Please leave the lights off.
No.
And that time they were able to leave. So you have to be nice, I guess, and ask if you please leave the lights off.
That is wild.
Yeah.
That's cool to hear.
It's almost just like they want to still just let you know that they're around. And,
yeah, exactly.
And they see how you're using the space.
Or maybe they're showing appreciation. Thanks for putting on another play.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, everyone, you need to check out this book, Haunted Kernersville. It's a really good read. It's got a lot of good history and scary stories, especially for October.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And thank you again for meeting up. I really appreciate it because I really enjoyed the book.
Yay!